retail chains and shopping centers, and major multimodal hubs, warehouses, and distribution centers. These changing landscape of urban centers point towards the future where light and heavy trucks, more specifically hybrid and electric commercial vehicles, will have a key role to play in the next 10 years. In the first and second belts, hybrid and electric commercial vehicles will assume the crucial role to support commercial vehicle mobility, while intermodal freight transportation systems and long-haul trucks and mega trucks will enable creation of hub-and-spoke logistics and connect branded cities. Let us now focus on the developing world, where by 2020 we will see the creation of about 26 mega cities or major population centers. An example of the impact of creation of such mega cities is the amalgamation of Johannesburg and Pretoria in South Africa into what would be called Jotoria. The creation of these mega cities will exert greater pressures on governments to enforce regulations and to control movements of goods and people. Urban planning in these areas will be a function of emergence of cities where people will live within the proximity of their places of employment for convenience, security, and other practical reasons. Chennai in India and Sao Paulo in Brazil will be classic examples of such cities. On a macro level, these cities will be a combination of many small and interconnected satellite or sub-cities, and these cities will actually drive demand for a new breed of trucks called city trucks. And I want to inform you that cognizant of the emergence of such a trend, the Japanese truck makers, and also truck makers such as Tata Motors and Mahindra, are aggressively moving towards adding these city trucks to their product portfolio. For most part of this new decade, the North American medium and heavy-duty truck production will fluctuate between the 400 to 600,000 bandwidth, while the global medium and heavy-duty truck production volume, which was about 2.2 million units in 1997, will rise to about 4.7 million units by 2020. Yes, 4.7 million medium and heavy-duty trucks will be absorbed globally by 2020. But what kind of trucks will these be? What is very important to note is on a global level, there will be considerable polarization of truck classes. On one side, we will see the growth of the light truck production. On the other side, we will see growth in the heavy commercial vehicle and mega truck segment. And countries such as China and India will be the largest contributors to this emerging and strengthening trend. I would like to focus on an even more important issue that will drive most growth opportunities in this new decade, and that is technology. Technology is the solution to many of the challenges incumbent on the North American and global trucking industry. But in many ways, it's also a problem in an industry that is still largely hindered by psychological inertia, ROI and payback considerations, aging vehicle and driver population, continuing driver and technician shortage, and an increasingly difficult operating environment. The problem is too many advanced technologies are chasing too few consumer dollars. In 2009, we surveyed the top 100 private and for-hire fleet managers of the largest fleets in the US. Keep in mind, Q1 of 2009, when the study was in the field, we were coming out fresh from a period of extreme diesel price volatility. Diesel was about $5 a gallon. When asked what are the key desired benefits from powertrain technologies, what the fleet managers told us shows that hybrid trucks deliver on many key requirements. But it also shows that the hybrid powertrain technology needs to evolve further and rapidly to offer a comprehensive set of benefits desired by truck fleets. For example, while hybrid trucks do offer higher efficiency, reduced maintenance requirement, anti-idling solution, and low emissions, they are not yet perceived to offer attractive lifecycle costs, especially when you take diesel-electric hybrids into consideration that need battery replacement every 5 years. Effectiveness under all operating conditions is another issue. Moreover, the upfront and lifecycle cost barrier is very high at this moment. So what I'm trying to say here is that companies that are listening to the voice of their customers and developing powertrain technologies that offer most of these benefits will be successful in developing and delivering winning technologies and products in the new decade. We saw in the previous slide that there is an imminent and rising demand for green fuel-efficient trucks. The British Prime Minister Winston Churchill had once said, "You can always count on